Imagine a world where your cravings turn into your worst nightmares, where every bite could be your last. A seemingly innocent treat that promises delight with every spoonful hides a sinister secret. Welcome to the chilling universe of The Stuff, a film that leaves you questioning every delicious temptation. Get ready to confront your cravings and embark on a journey through a world where dessert turns deadly. This is The Stuff, Unveiling the Nightmare Within. Two quarry workers find a strange white goo bubbling out of the ground. For some reason, they decide to taste it, and to their surprise, it's sweet and extremely addictive, so they get the idea to sell it to people. A young boy named Jason wakes up in the middle of the night and goes to the kitchen for a midnight snack. He opens up the fridge and sees the stuff move on its own. His dad tells him to go to bed. He protests by saying that he saw the stuff move, but obviously the dad doesn't believe him and eats it anyways. We then cut to the crippling ice cream industry hiring former FBI agent David Mo Rutherford. Do you know why they call him Mo?
Because every time people give me money, I always want more.
He shakes their hands and comments on how sweaty they are.
That's a sweaty palm. That's two sweaty palms. Let me feel. That's another sweaty palm. Yes, sir. Hello, sweaty palms.
We find out that after the stuff got approved by the Food and Drug Administration, everybody either left the country or was on vacation. Back at Jason's house, everyone is eating breakfast, and his brother asks his mom if he can have some of the stuff. Jason yells at him not to eat it. He tells him it moves all by itself, but nobody believes him, so he slaps it out of his mom's hand and runs away. Mo is conducting experiments on the stuff to see what he can find. He goes to the advertising agency making the stuff commercials and halts production on the commercial to talk to Nicole, the director, who created the name, image, and sales pitch. He introduces himself as Mo because
every time they give me something, I always want more.
He offers to buy her entire agency and to talk with her over dinner. Later at the supermarket, the stuff is being sold rapidly. Jason sees a baby eating it and takes it out of his hand. He throws it on the floor and awkwardly runs away. Jason starts vandalizing the displays, breaking glass, and making a mess of the entire store. When he's finally stopped, he warns them that it will kill them all. Mo meets with Mr. Gregors, who was on the FDA team that tested and approved the stuff. When asked how long it was tested for, he dodges the question by saying it's a dessert, not a prescription medicine. When Gregors tells Mo that he and his dog eats it all the time, the dog starts acting up because it wants more. Gregor becomes afraid of him and heads upstairs. Mo peeks around and finds a room filled with containers of the stuff. Mo leaves and the dog attacks Gregors. He tries to call for help, but the dog pulls the landline out from the wall and starts foaming up the stuff from the mouth. Mo goes to a town and finds out that everybody has moved out. A car creeps up on them. He walks up to it to see who it could be. Then he gets attacked. In mid-fight, he realizes that it's Chocolate Chip Charlie, who was part of the board of directors but got voted off, and shortly after, everyone left. They both go to a post office and all of its mail is rerouted to Midland, Georgia. When they ask the clerk why, he says,
"Go away. Leave us alone."
Charlie grows suspicious that he said us and begins to question him more. The clerk excuses himself, and the stuff leaves his body and exits through the window. Mo and Charlie leave and get attacked. When they fight back, the people bleed the stuff. They escape via boat and rest at a diner, where he asks the waitress if they can have some of the stuff. She says it's on back order. Mo tells Charlie to go to Washington, D.C. to meet with Special Agent Frank Herbert. Mo leaves, and the waitress opens the freezer, and hundreds of tubs are back there. A lady selling stuff on the street sees Mo and uses a walkie-talkie to tell someone driving a van that she sees him. Then he almost gets hit. Mo meets with the CEO of the stuff and finds out that he's never eaten it before. In Mo's lab, he reads a newspaper article about Jason getting arrested for going bonkers in a supermarket. Meanwhile, Jason is grounded and sees a trash bag full of containers of the stuff. He sees his family, who are all talking like they're on a commercial. Jason tries to run away but is caught by his brother. He's sent to his room with a cup of the stuff and is told,
"Now you stay in your room until you finish that."
Instead of going to his room, Jason goes to the bathroom to flush the stuff. It tries to get out of the toilet when it touches the water. He replaces it with shaving cream and tells the family that he loves it. His father tastes it and he runs away. As they chase him, Mo pulls up and tells Jason to get in the car. Mo takes Jason and Nicole to Georgia on a private jet. Jason falls asleep on the plane, and when they land, Mo and Nicole go to the factory where they produced the stuff. Jason wakes up to see the stuff flowing outside of the cockpit, and like always, he runs away. Jason stumbles upon a mine and hides from the workers by entering the tank. Then a worker closes him in. Nicole asks workers where the stuff is being produced and is told that it's classified and that it's getting late, so they offer a room in a motel for the both of them. Once they fall asleep, the stuff creeps out of the pillow and suffocates Mo. Nicole saves him by lighting the stuff on fire, and then someone breaks in and yells, "Leave us alone! Leave us alone!" The stuff starts pouring out of the bed and smothers the guy against the wall. Mo lights it on fire and escapes from the motel. They hotwire a truck and drive it back to the factory where Mo sees a lake filled with the stuff. Mo dresses up as a worker and plants bombs all over the quarry but gets followed. Jason's truck starts filling with the stuff but is halted when Mo drives the truck away and explodes the quarry. Jason gets rescued, and after driving for a while they get pulled over by a cop for dragging a pump. They tell the officer that it's a shame that all of the stuff is going to waste. Then they start to pretend to eat it, which makes the cop break and start eating it. Mo knocks out the cop and they escape. Mo meets with Colonel Spears and convinces him that the stuff is from communist Russia, which leads him to take immediate action to infiltrate the quarry. They find that all of the stuffies have left their bodies, leaving behind nothing but a hollow shell. Nicole brings Jason away because he is too young to see this, but then they end up being chased down by the stuff. They exit the building, then towers filled with the stuff explode. Everyone goes to a radio station to broadcast what the stuff can do to you and that it's harmful to be anywhere around it. Charlie meets up with Mo at the radio station. Nicole asks him if he's actually seen what the stuff does to people, and he says, "Yeah, I'll show you." Then to everyone's surprise, he's been turned by the stuff and tries to kill Nicole. Mo breaks the glass and uses broken wires to electrocute and burn the stuff to save Nicole. Colonel Spear, Mo, and Nicole tell everybody over the radio that the stuff is bad and everyone should burn it. Mo meets with the CEO of the stuff and finds out that one of the suffering ice cream CEOs teamed up with him to make a new dessert called The Taste. Mo and Jason force them to eat the stuff at gunpoint since they've always refused to, and they immediately can't get enough. The film ends with the stuff being sold on the black market. After seeing all of this, you may be asking yourself, what is the stuff? When the stuff was eaten on screen, it's a mix of Haagen-Dazs ice cream, yogurt, and whipped cream. When it wasn't meant to be eaten, it was just gross. In some scenes, when the stuff is chasing people, it was made from blended up fish bones. Larry Cohen said that it stank so much that as soon as the shots were done, the actors ran over to a nearby river to bathe just to get rid of the stench. But thankfully, when the stuff came crashing through a wall like an avalanche, it was just fire extinguishing foam. During the commercial where the lady says,
"Where's the stuff?
it's actually the real lady that says,
Where's the beef?"
The scene in the motel where the stuff comes out of the mattress was shot in a room that could turn upside down, allowing the stuff to move up and down the wall. It was the same exact room used in A Nightmare on Elm Street when Johnny Depp is sucked into his bed and his blood is pouring onto the ceiling. The stuff was given a limited theatrical release in the United States on June 14th, 1985, and with a budget of $1.7 million, they made... Oh, that's not right. That's not right at all. The day the stuff opened in New York, a hurricane hit and the newspapers were not delivered. The movie received tons of great reviews, but it didn't matter because nobody ever got to read a single word of them. The film's poor performance was also because it was promoted as a horror film, whereas Larry Cohen made it to be more of a satirical comedy. IMDb rated it a 5.9 out of 10, and Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 73% with an audience score of 45%. Personally, I'd rate it a 7.75 because it was such a stupid yet entertaining watch. As always, thank you for watching. Here's my last video where I dive into A Nightmare on Elm Street. If you've made it this far, please like, subscribe, and comment what movie you want to see next, and have a great rest of your day.